Hi, I'm Sam. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Alara Reborn mechanics of cycling and land cycling. If you've got a card with either of these mechanics in your hand, you can turn it into a different card. Monstrous Carabid, for example, is a creature card that has cycling. Monstrous Carabid's got a hybrid cycling cost. You can find out more about hybrid costs in the video titled A PLANESWALKER'S Primer for Hybrid and Multicolored. For now, let's just examine how cycling works. If you're holding a card with cycling like Monstrous Carabid, you've got a choice. You can play it as normal or you can cycle it. To cycle it, you pay its cycling cost, which in this case is either 1 black mana or 1 red mana, and discard it. The result is that you draw a new card. Whether to cycle a card depends on the game's situation. Monstrous Carabid is a 5-mana creature that requires 2 different colors of mana. If you don't have 5 mana or you can't produce one of the colors, you're probably better off trading in Monstrous Carabid for a new card. Nava Sojourners also has cycling. In addition, it's got an ability that triggers whenever you cycle it, or whenever it's put into a graveyard from play. There are 5 Sojourners in the Alara Reborn set, and they all have abilities like this. Let's see one in action. I'll play Terror to destroy Nava Sojourners. When it's put into a graveyard from play, its ability triggers. You choose a target creature in play, then you get to put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. So far so good. Now let's see what happens when you cycle it. Cycling Nava Sojourner costs 1 green mana and 2 mana of any type. When you cycle it, its other ability triggers. That ability resolves first, so you'll get to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. Then the cycling ability resolves, so you'll draw a card. The cycling ability and the triggered ability are separate. If one of them is countered, the other one will still resolve. You can cycle a Sojourner even if there are no targets for the triggered ability. That's because the cycling ability itself has no targets. You'll ignore what the triggered ability says, but you'll still draw a card like normal. Finally, let's look at an Alara Reborn card with land cycling. This is Sanctum Plowbeast. It has 2 different kinds of land cycling. Land cycling is a kind of cycling ability. In the Alara Reborn set, each land cycling ability names a specific type of land. For example, plains cycling contains the word plains. If you land cycle a card, you don't draw the top card of your library. Instead, you search your library for a card with the indicated land type and put it in your hand. Even though Sanctum Plowbeast has 2 kinds of land cycling abilities on it, you can use only one of them. If you use the island cycling ability, you'll pay 2 mana, discard the card, and search your library for an island. If you use the plains cycling ability, you'll pay 2 mana, discard the card, and search your library for a plains. Land cycling abilities let you search for cards with the appropriate land type, not just cards with the appropriate name. If you plains cycle Sanctum Plowbeast, you can find a plain old plains, of course, but you can also find a snow-covered plains, a Mistvale Plains, or a Temple Garden, among others. Cycling may seem like a pretty basic mechanic, but it's actually got a lot of variety. Enjoy!